Brady was a pretty good beer chugger, right?
One of the best, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Ross Tucker said that he was up there.
Yeah, you won't see any evidence of that. I think that stopped many years ago, about the time the whole TB12 method came out. Apparently, water saves you from getting a burn more than alcohol. So,
what if we were doing shots of kale? Do you think that he would be great at chugging kale?
Just stay away from strawberries, and everything else is okay.
But he wasn't different or strange when you were there.
No, I mean, look, he's always had his method. I mean, from the very beginning. As a matter of fact, before he was ever the starter, when I got to New England, the only person I knew in the New England region was a guy named Dave Nugent, who I went to Purdue with and was a roommate and came in with the class the year before with Tom Brady. So, I got to see Tommy, as the guy driving the yellow Jeep that was given to him by the dealer that wasn't the starter. But even then, the guy always had a method to everything he did and was always trying to do it at a very high level.
But what happens when he shows up with Giselle? Were you still there when Giselle makes her first appearance, or you find out Brady is dating Giselle?
Yeah, I was there when they were married. I mean, it was yeah. I mean, there were some other interesting moments before that too that we poked fun at. But yeah, I mean, we saw the whole transformation.
And the clothes and just everything about him. He had a makeover, right?
Well, now you're going to force me to do this, okay? So imagine this for me, Dan, okay? I'm an offensive lineman. I roll out of bed at 6 a.m. We have a team meeting at 7 a.m. every single day. If you're late, you're probably going to be fired. And we've actually seen evidence of that in the form of a running back, right? So you're not going to be late. But when I roll out of bed as an offensive lineman, fat, sweaty, sloppy, I don't do anything other than just put on whatever was laying next to my bed. I walk into the facility, I drop all that stuff, put on my workout stuff, and I walk into the meeting, right? Let me contrast that with a Tom Brady. When Tom Brady walks in, and on this particular day, he comes in with the skinny jeans that taper all the way to a very tight point with the designer boots that were made by Tom Ford, custom designed, unbelievable leather, the whole nine, polished to the nth degree. On the upper half of him, he's wearing a cardigan. I'm talking straight out of like Mr. Rogers' cardigan. And this cardigan has a giant lapel. It's got wool knitted by some Sherpa in the Himalayas. It has hand-carved buttons the size of like my hand that are really cool looking. And I'm kind of angry that this is what I see walking in. So I bust his chops all the time. And on this particular day, I decided it was a good opportunity for me to go to his locker while he was working on becoming a better player and studying plays. And I put on his so-called Sherpa cardigan, and I went and I worked out in it. Now, the fun part is that the only thing I put on was the cardigan. Literally the only thing I put on. So when he was driving home to his beautiful place in Boston, where I knew he wasn't going to be able to get away from the ickiness of me sending a picture of working out in that cardigan, I took a lot of joy in that.
Did he keep it?
I think he probably burned it on the side of 93 going to Boston.